Welcome to the Level Up Knowledge channel, a channel dedicated to sharing personal development knowledge through great books. In today's video, I will introduce a classic work that anyone who wants to be successful and live a happy life should read. This book has had a huge impact on my life, and it's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This book is considered required reading in many Fortune 500 companies in the United States. Stephen Covey, the author, is a great thinker who has had a profound influence on American history. In his career, he met over 30 world leaders and was an advisor to 4 U.S. presidents. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People completely changed the way I think. When I was facing difficulties and challenges, I turned to this book. It's not just a practical book, it's a treasure trove of knowledge with valuable lessons that anyone can learn from. Every aspect of life requires a solid foundation for growth, and successful people always build their own principles of life to achieve great accomplishments. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People will guide us on how to live according to important principles through the 7 habits that the author has summarized. As Francis Bacon once said, habit is a powerful and steadfast force that can shape a person's life. Habits don't form naturally. We need to actively practice and build effective habits to move in the right direction in this short life. Let's explore this now. Overview of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. First, I will summarize the 7 habits to give you a comprehensive view. The book is divided into 2 main parts. Part 1, Personal Victory. The first 3 habits focus on personal development, helping us move from a dependent character to an independent one. 1. Habit 1. Be proactive. Take responsibility for your life. Act proactively to create the best outcomes. Second habit. 2. Begin with the end in mind. Clearly define what you want to achieve in life, set goals, and focus on the final destination from the start. Third habit 3. Put first things first. Learn to distinguish between what is important and what is urgent, focusing on the activities with the highest value. These 3 habits help you achieve personal victory, develop independence, and manage yourself effectively. Part 2. Public Victory. After achieving independence, we need to develop additional skills to integrate and collaborate with others through the next 3 habits. 4. Habit 4. Think win-win. Cultivate a mindset where both parties benefit, seeking solutions that satisfy both sides. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Learn to listen sincerely to others to understand them before expecting to be understood. 6th, Habit 6. Synergize. The power of unity, leveraging the diversity and strengths of each individual to achieve results greater than when working alone. These 3 habits help us transition from being independent to being interdependent, ready to support and work effectively in teams. Many people may think that independence is enough, but in reality, to go further in life and career, we need to know how to collaborate and connect with others. A real-world example is that many people excel in their field of expertise while in school, but when they enter the workforce, they encounter difficulties in advancing due to a lack of collaboration skills. Part 3. Continuous growth. Finally, Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. This is a crucial step for us to continue developing ourselves. This means we must always renew and refine the aspects of our physical, mental, intellectual, and emotional well-being in a continuous spiral of growth, progressing and perfecting ourselves. That's the basic content of the 7 habits in the book. Let's dive deeper and explore how to apply them in life. Transforming fixed mindsets and recognizing errors in our current thinking. You've probably heard me mention the phrase, transforming your mindset, right? That's because I believe it's an incredibly important element. The goal of practicing the 7 habits of highly effective people is to help you change and transform your mindset. In today's fast-paced life, we often think we are moving forward, but in reality, we may simply be standing still, repeating meaningless actions and getting stuck in a cycle that we can't escape. The root cause lies in the fact that we are still operating with a fixed mindset. Why do we need to transform a fixed mindset? A fixed mindset is one that causes us to repeat old experiences without real progress. As someone once said, some people think they have 10 years of experience, but in reality, they are just repeating 1 year of experience 10 times. If we don't change the way we think, we'll remain stuck in a repeating cycle, unable to break through and surpass our own limitations. To escape this situation, the only way out is to transform our mindset. One common mistake in thinking is that we often make things that are changeable the center of our lives, such as family, career, money, or personal freedom. Some people prioritize family above all else. Others focus on career, finances, or pursue personal freedom. But according to Stephen Covey, if we continue to prioritize these things, our lives will easily go off course. For example, someone who prioritizes their career above everything else might eventually lose family relationships and important personal values. Someone who focuses solely on family might miss out on essential personal experiences and growth necessary to live a fulfilling life. Someone who seeks absolute personal freedom might lose the ability to connect and interact with the community, diminishing the power of collaboration and mutual support. So what is the core, unchanging principle that will keep us on the right path? According to Stephen Covey, the answer lies in making principles the center of our lives. In his book, Covey compares principles to a lighthouse, a constant and unchanging symbol that ships must follow to stay on course. No matter how stormy it gets, the lighthouse remains unchanged, standing firm to guide the way. When we make principles the core of our mindset, our lives will always be on the right course, avoiding distractions from the changeable external factors. Principles are enduring values, natural laws that do not change over time. They help us gain a clear and accurate perspective of the world. This is the profound meaning I believe is essential when we read and learn from The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the author. Start your journey of transforming your mindset today by applying these life principles to your daily life so you can build a better version of yourself. What are habits? According to Stephen Covey, a habit is the combination of 3 elements: knowledge, skill, and willpower. Only when all 3 elements come together can we form a sustainable habit. Habits are not just repeated actions, they are the determining factor in how we live and the direction of our lives. Why is it hard to change habits? Changing a habit that has deeply rooted itself in our subconscious is truly difficult, much like launching a rocket into space. In the first few minutes, the rocket must use a massive amount of energy to overcome the Earth's gravity. This energy expenditure is far greater than the energy required for the hundreds of thousands of kilometers it travels thereafter. Changing a habit is similar. The initial phase is the hardest, as we must overcome inertia and our natural resistance. The first few days, often the first 10, will be the greatest challenge. This is when you'll feel the most difficulty and be tempted to quit. However, once you push through this phase, you will gradually establish the new habit. After the habit is formed, it will automatically put you on a smoother path, allowing you to maintain and grow without too much effort. Now let's take a deeper look into each of the 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey and see how these habits can help you transform your mindset and change your life. Habit 1. Be proactive. Stephen Covey argues that in order to succeed and take control of your life, the first step is to be proactive and take charge of your choices. However, many people don't fully understand what being proactive means. They often think that being proactive is simply doing things without needing reminders, which is true, but not enough. To truly be proactive, you need to begin with a deeper concept, the ultimate human freedom. the freedom to choose your response to any situation in life. In Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, he speaks about this ultimate freedom, stating that no matter the circumstance, we always have the freedom to choose our response. Usually, we blame three main factors for our situation. 1. Genetics. I was born hot-tempered. It can't be changed. 2. Psychology. My past hurts have shaped my personality. 3. Environment. Everyone around me is negative, so I'm affected by it. These factors all have one thing in common. They externalize the responsibility. But Covey believes that a truly proactive person recognizes the gap between stimulus and response. This gap is where your choice lies. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. If you don't give others the power to hurt you, no one can do so." The power of choice in daily life. Suppose you are bitten by a venomous snake. You would choose to chase down and kill the snake or find a way to treat yourself, right? Of course, you'd prioritize saving yourself, but in life, there are similar situations where we don't make such a choice. For example, when you're driving and another car hits you from behind, instead of calmly handling the situation, you might get angry, shout, or even chase the other car to argue. This is when you give up your power of choice and allow others to control your emotions. It's like going back to fight the snake that bit you. It only causes more harm. So remember that life is the result of your choices. No matter the situation, always hold on to the best choice for yourself. Focus on your circle of influence. The second important element of being proactive is understanding the circle of influence and circle of concern. Circle of influence includes things you can change or control through your own efforts. Circle of concern includes things that concern you, but that you cannot change or control. Successful people focus their energy on their circle of influence. They don't waste time on issues that are beyond their control. If you often worry, complain, blame others, or make excuses, you are expanding your circle of concern and shrinking your circle of influence. You'll notice that many people today spend excessive time on trivial entertainment news or social issues they can't control, rather than focusing on things that can actually improve their lives. Instead, spend time on things that truly help you grow, like reading, learning new skills, and developing your intellect, body, and soul. These efforts will help expand your circle of influence, increasing your ability to control and change your life. To practice the first habit well, always remember two things. 1. Keep your power of choice intact in every situation. 2. Focus on expanding your circle of influence rather than wasting time on things beyond your control. Start with the small things in your daily life. The habit of being proactive will be a solid foundation to help you make bigger changes in your life. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Stephen Covey points out that in everything we do, there are two times of creation: creation in the mind and creation in reality. This means that before you begin any task, you need to clearly visualize in your mind what you want to achieve. If you skip this mental creation step, you will be like a machine running without knowing where it's heading. Therefore, setting clear end goals is crucial to avoid getting lost on your journey. Many people divide their lives into stages with specific goals, such as before 18, focus on passing university entrance exams. From 18, 25, study and strive to graduate with honors. From 25, 40, develop a career and continuously progress. From 40, 50, start a business and build a personal career. After 50, enjoy life and rest. At first glance, this plan seems perfect, but in reality, many people face a significant problem when they focus solely on one aspect in each stage while neglecting other important values in life. Imagine, during the career development stage, you are so focused on work that you miss precious moments with your family. When your children come to you wanting to play, you promise, "I'll play with you tomorrow." But those promises are continually forgotten, and you miss the valuable time watching your children grow. When you are focused on business, your wife wants to share something with you, but you're always busy and say, "I don't have time. We'll talk later." As a result, the relationship with your spouse gradually fades. When you achieve success at age 50 with a thriving company and financial wealth, your children have become distant and your family is no longer the same. The question arises, is this a successful life? Stephen Covey argues that if you focus only on one-sided goals like career and wealth without paying attention to holistic values, it is not true success. Covey encourages us to center our lives on principles. When you choose principles as your foundation, you will develop a clear vision and not be swayed by external factors. People who live by principles will always be confident in their choices, regardless of the outcome. They possess a deep understanding, act with consistency, and always uphold their core values. A principle-centered life helps you. 1. Be confident in your decisions. You won't be easily swayed by external pressures, always remaining calm and focused. 2. Develop unique thinking and actions. When you are not bound by temporary values, you can think creatively and make distinctive decisions. 3. Create inner security. You will feel at peace because your actions are always based on a consistent value system. The second habit that Stephen Covey emphasizes is starting with the end in mind by building a life script based on principles. Instead of setting specific goals for each stage of life, you need to write down the core values you pursue and then set bigger goals. Ask yourself, what is most important to me? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? Which principles will guide me throughout my life? Once you've identified these answers, you will be able to write your life script clearly and meaningfully, helping you live a comprehensive life that is successful both materially and spiritually. This second habit is not just about setting goals, but about identifying the core principles that will guide you on your journey. In this way, you will not only achieve short-term success, but also build a sustainable life, balancing personal, family, and career aspects. Habit 3. Put first things first. The third habit that Stephen Covey emphasizes is putting first things first. To better understand this, he conducted an interesting but thought-provoking experiment. In the experiment, Covey gave a woman a series of stones of different sizes, each labeled with important aspects of life such as family, health, work, relationships, etc. Then he gave her a jar and asked her to try to fit all the stones into the jar. The woman started by placing the small stones in first and then tried to add the larger ones. But no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't fit all the stones into the jar. Seeing this, Covey explained that this is a common mistake many people make in life. Stephen Covey then repeated the experiment but reversed the order. He placed the large stones in first and then added the small stones and sand. The result was that all the stones fit into the jar. The lesson here is that if you don't prioritize the most important things, the large stones, the small trivial tasks will fill up all the space, and you won't have enough time for what really matters. In modern life, many of us are caught up in the small stones. We spend hours scrolling through social media, watching news, or wasting time on entertainment activities that don't bring real value. Information on the internet easily distracts us, making us feel that if we don't stay updated, we will fall behind. But the reality is that this information often just consumes our time without offering any personal growth. We are losing control over our time, and it gets fragmented by unimportant tasks. This means we no longer have enough time or energy to focus on what truly matters and has meaning, things that can help us grow. Stephen Covey categorized daily tasks into 4 types. 1. Important and urgent. Examples include handling a crisis or solving an urgent problem. 2. Important but not urgent, such as planning, skill development, and exercising. 3. Not important but urgent, like phone calls, texts, and urgent requests from others. 4. Not important and not urgent, such as scrolling through social media, watching TV, and engaging in trivial entertainment. A common mistake many people make is prioritizing the urgent tasks because they require immediate attention. However, the truth is that the important but not urgent tasks are what determine sustainable growth and long-term success. These are activities like planning, learning, building relationships, and maintaining health. These tasks usually don't produce immediate results, but they play a crucial role in laying the foundation for the future. Imagine if you don't take time to exercise, an important but not urgent task. Eventually, your health will deteriorate, and you will have to deal with an urgent health issue, becoming important and urgent. At that point, the costs in terms of time, money, and health will be much greater. How to apply the habit of prioritizing what's important one. Identify your big rocks in life. These could be health, family, career, or personal development. These are the things you need to put into your time jar first. 2. Plan your day. Make sure that you dedicate time to important but not urgent activities like learning, exercising, and taking care of family. 3. Eliminate unnecessary, small rocks. Reduce the time spent on activities that don't add value, such as aimlessly scrolling through social media or watching unnecessary entertainment. The third habit, putting first things first, is the foundation for managing your time and tasks effectively. By focusing on what's important but not urgent, you will be able to build a well-rounded life, avoid wasting time, and create lasting value for yourself. Habit 4. Think win-win. After practicing the first 3 habits that help you develop yourself, Stephen Covey introduces the 4th habit, which is thinking win-win. This is an important step in transitioning from personal growth to effective interaction with others. In modern society, no one can survive without connecting and collaborating with those around them. Covey introduces the concept of an emotional bank account, a metaphor for the relationship between people. Every time you do something good or kind, you are making a deposit into this account. Conversely, every time you hurt or disappoint someone, you are withdrawing from the emotional bank account. When the account is drained, the relationship becomes cold and distant, much like when you no longer have money in a bank account to withdraw from. An example Covey gives is the relationship between parents and children. When children are young, the emotional bank account is often quite full because parents typically spend a lot of time showing love and care. However, as children grow, especially after age 3, parents start criticizing, nagging, and sometimes over-criticizing. Each time they do this, they are slowly withdrawing from the emotional account without depositing more. By the time the child reaches adolescence, the relationship becomes strained and there is an invisible distance. Many parents notice that their children no longer want to talk or share, and in some cases, children may fall into depression, rebellion, or become withdrawn. The cause is not a single event, but the fact that the emotional bank account has been gradually depleted over time. So, how do you invest in the emotional bank account? To build strong relationships, you need to invest in your emotional bank account with others. This requires 1. Listening and understanding. Listen to others sincerely. Care about what they say and their emotions. 2. Keeping promises. When you promise something, make sure you follow through. This builds trust. 3. Lowering expectations. Don't place too many expectations or pressures on others, as this can harm the relationship. 4. Admitting mistakes and making amends. When you make a mistake, be brave enough to admit it and work to make things right. 5. Unconditional love. Show love and care without expecting anything in return. This is the foundation of the win-win mindset. Thinking win-win is not merely about making a compromise, but finding a solution that benefits both parties. To achieve this, mutual trust is essential. A well-stocked emotional bank account is the foundation for building trust. When you invest enough in your emotional bank account, you will see that relationships will become stronger, and it will be easier to find mutually beneficial solutions. In work and life, many people focus only on winning for themselves, making relationships competitive and sometimes negative. However, when you apply the win-win mindset, you will find that cooperation with others can bring greater benefits. When both sides win, everyone feels respected and satisfied, creating a positive environment and sustainable growth. Of course, not every time can result in a win-win outcome. If the relationship lacks trust, or if a solution cannot be found that satisfies both parties, Stephen Covey advises that it is better not to cooperate. Forcing an unreliable relationship will only waste time and effort and is likely to lead to losses for both sides. The fourth habit, thinking win-win, is an essential part of helping you move from being an independent worker to someone capable of cooperating and mutually benefiting with others. By investing in the emotional bank account, you create the necessary trust to build mutually beneficial relationships. Remember, in any relationship, sharing success together will help everyone grow and achieve greater accomplishments. Habit 5. Listen first, understand second. Stephen Covey believes that one of the most important factors in building good relationships is the ability to listen and understand others. However, in reality, many of us do not know how to truly listen. This habit requires not only attention, but also the right method to grasp the emotions of the person you are interacting with. The issue with listening and communication is that when someone else speaks, our usual reaction is to immediately think of what we will say in response within the first 3 seconds. This leads us to not truly listen, but rather to wait for our turn to speak. This phenomenon is called autobiographical listening, where we listen but are actually judging the story based on our own experiences and perspectives. There are 4 main behaviors of this type of listening. 1. Value judgment. Listening and immediately assessing right or wrong from our personal perspective. 2. Interrogating. As soon as they finish, we start asking questions and try to get to the root of the issue, analyzing the cause. 3. Advising. Based on our own life experiences, we think we know what is best for the other person and give advice. 4. Self-righteousness. We judge and evaluate others based on our own thoughts and motives. These behaviors make the speaker feel judged, disrespected, and lead to ineffective communication. Example, communication between parents and children. Imagine the following scenario. A high school student after school complains to their father that school is boring and they want to quit studying to work and make money. For most parents, the common reaction would be, some understanding parents might say, you don't see the benefits of learning now, but stick with it because it will help you in the future. The majority might scold, what do you know? Stop thinking nonsense and focus on your studies. Whether it's a gentle or strict approach, both of these reactions are forms of autobiographical listening because the parents are offering advice or criticism immediately without understanding the child's emotions. Effective listening. Empathetic communication. So, how can we listen and communicate more effectively? It is when you reflect the other person's feelings without judgment. Let's look at how a different father approaches the situation. 1. Child. I'm so bored with school, I want to quit and work to make money. Father. You're feeling frustrated with school, aren't you? Oh, here, the father doesn't criticize, but simply reflects the child's feelings, making the child feel heard. 2. Child. I feel like the knowledge at school is useless. Father. You think that school is unnecessary? Oh. The father continues to restate the child's feelings without evaluating them, allowing the child to express their thoughts further. 3. Child. Dad, there are many people who drop out and still make money. Father. Do you think dropping out to make money is the right choice? Oh, the father doesn't oppose, but continues asking questions to help the child articulate their viewpoint. Step by step, the child gradually opens up and continues, but maybe later they'll regret it and go back to study. Father, do you think they'll realize that decision was a mistake later on? In the end, the child agrees that education is important and that not finishing high school could lead to significant difficulties in the future. Do you notice the difference? The father does not give advice or counter immediately. He simply reflects the child's feelings. This makes the child feel listened to, not judged, and more willing to open up. This is a successful application of Covey's habit of listening and understanding. Covey's 5th habit, listen first, understand second, is an essential skill for building quality relationships. When you listen empathically, without offering judgment or advice right away, you make the other person feel respected and more willing to open up. This skill not only helps you understand others better, but also builds a foundation of trust and connection in all relationships. Try applying this method in your daily life. Sometimes just listening without judgment can make the other person feel much more understood. Habit 6. Synergize the sixth habit. Stephen Covey refers to as Synergize, a mindset that helps create synergy in all relationships. This is an advanced development of the win-win thinking habit, where you and others not only seek mutual benefit, but also create new value through cooperation. Covey gives a classic example from nature. Plants, shrubs, animals, and microorganisms all coexist and develop thanks to cooperation, creating a balanced ecosystem. This demonstrates that synergy is the result of harmonious collaboration among diverse elements. Similarly, in life and work, to achieve synergy, you need to cooperate creatively. This is not just about working together, but about fostering creativity from those around you, collectively coming up with superior solutions than when working alone. Respecting differences is the key to synergy. To achieve synergy, the most important thing is to respect differences. When you encounter a differing opinion, instead of opposing or trying to convince the other person, listen and see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. For example, when someone disagrees with your perspective, instead of dismissing it, say, "I'd like to hear your thoughts. Please share more." This is the first step in building synergy, because when you show respect and are willing to listen, others will feel valued and will be more likely to connect and cooperate with you. Once you have practiced and applied all 6 habits Covey introduces, you will notice a significant transformation in yourself. 1. From an independent person who only works alone, always pursuing personal goals. 2. To a person who is interdependent, knowing how to listen, understand, and cooperate to achieve the best results for both sides. Synergy is not just a skill, but a mindset, an approach to life that helps you connect better with everyone around you. When you know how to leverage differences, harness the strength of every individual in the group, you will create superior value, not only for yourself, but for the whole team. Remember, synergy is not about forcing others to conform to your ideas, but about combining the strength and creativity of everyone to achieve something greater together. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. The final habit, Habit 7, is sharpen the saw, a principle that is crucial in ensuring that you continuously renew and develop yourself. This is the image of a saw that you need to sharpen regularly to keep it sharp and effective. Similarly, to become the best version of yourself, you must consistently improve in the areas of intellect, physical health, social and emotional well-being, and spiritual growth. Self-renewal in 4 areas. 1. Intellect. To develop intellect, you should read books, learn, and explore new knowledge every day. Receiving information and expanding your understanding is the foundation that helps you think more clearly. 2. Physical health. Maintaining health is essential. You need to exercise regularly, eat healthy, and take care of your body to have the energy to live and work effectively. 3. Social and emotional. You need to connect more with others, especially by giving emotional support and investing in relationships. Nurturing these relationships helps you live a happy and meaningful life. 4. Spiritual. To develop spiritually, you must have a personal philosophy of life, pursue higher awareness, and find ways to understand the world around you. This helps you gain unique values in life. Self-development is not a straight path, but a journey in the shape of a spiral. You must go through 3 key steps to achieve continuous progress. 1. Learn. When you learn something new, remember it and practice it immediately to reinforce the knowledge. 2. Practice. After learning, practice regularly to enhance your skills and get used to new habits. 3. Persevere. Persistence will help you make what you have learned an integral part of your life, and every day you will become stronger. To easily remember and practice these 7 habits, you can imagine the following 4 images. 1. Develop from the inside out. You must start by developing yourself before you can help and cooperate with others. This means loving yourself before loving others and contributing to the community before expecting anything in return. 2. Learn, practice, and persevere. This process is like a spiral path where each step must continuously improve to move forward. 3. Principles as the core. Just like a tree needs deep roots to grow, we need to make principles the core of our lives. Without this, you may lose direction and balance. 4. Balance between goals. Don't let any one goal dominate your life entirely, as this can create an imbalance in other areas of life. Finally, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People has inspired millions of people over the past 34 years. These habits will help you live a happier, more effective, and more successful life in all areas. I hope this video has helped you understand the wonderful things this book has to offer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to share it with your friends and family so more people can benefit from it. As always, YouTube's algorithm prioritizes videos with a lot of likes, so please support the Level Up Knowledge channel by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell to receive the latest videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.